Okay, so remember we wanted to dive into the skill component. So what are the priority and the clarity, right? We want to make clear expectations when we do our essential questions, and we want to come up with a way to kind of come up with a priority, because you can't write a ton of essential questions. So in writing them, we want to make sure that we have clear standards and the highest priority standards, if you will. And so that's kind of what that activity was getting at. So now we're going to kind of segue then into what is this going to look like as we dive into it. So we're going to start off again with writing. So what I'd like us to do is to look at, just from what you know about the students that are in front of you, or if you don't have a classroom, maybe just pick a class of students or something you've seen lately in a classroom setting. What are key learning ideas that you feel your students need the most support in? So what's something that if you've looked at data or just from your own formative assessment that you've done in your classroom, what is it, and maybe there's 2 or 3 things, whichever. And then right to that, how does your instruction then reflect supporting the students to gain that knowledge? So what are some of those key ideas that you see as deficits in your classroom? And what are some instructional moves that you've done to try to bridge that deficit is really what I'm getting down to. Okay? So I'll give you about 5 minutes. I'd like you to write to that. And that just kind of, again, builds this prior knowledge as we go into this next little activity. I am going to bring around an article. Just leave it where it is, and then after you get a chance to write, we'll dive into the article and build from there. Okay? What questions do you have?